as Norma said, my name is Dagata. I am a parishioner at the church. And I've been working with essential oils for about 4 years now. I started in October of 2016. Well, the day actually I was volunteering my time to the church for their wellness fair. And I ran, and before I left, I had this really massive migraine. And before I left, I'm like, I have to see what is going on in here, because I was there all day and I couldn't be involved. So so I went and I saw this table. I'm like, I've always used essential oils, but never knew the actual benefits of them. Just pulling them off the shelf and, smelling them or diffusing or whatever, until I really, really dove deep into it. And I was given Deep Blue. I know several of you received some Deep Blue. And my migraine quickly went away. So I needed to learn more. My intention today is basically to give you the information to empower yourselves, to take care of yourselves. I'm sure a lot of you are attending a healing class, so you are up to the different modalities of healing. But I will have done my job today if I can teach you at least a few things about essential oils and you get something out of it. So basically, diving right in, there are, and I'm going to share some stories of testimonies of myself and friends, but let's dive in real quick. 3 different ways of using essential oils is basically internally, aromatically, and topically. But the cool things about essential oils is that they're 100% natural, they're safe, they're potent, because it is what's called CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade. And when you get that pure oil and where it's sourced from, where it grows the best in its natural soil, you're going to get 100% effectiveness that you're looking for. So like 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, can you see this? 1 drop of this particular Doterra essential oil is equal to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's crazy that the effects like that. And 1 drop goes like seriously a long way. A pure oil is about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. I cook with my oils. I can't say we don't say treat or cure or there's another word for it, because of compliance and FDA, but we use them to support our body. And where our bodies can heal naturally by themselves, these oils are helping to support that and help it get better faster. So the first thing, now I'll be asking questions. If you guys can tell me the answer to it, I'm going to give out more samples for you guys to try. Okay. The one thing that is my favorite to do with the oils is take them internally. Let's say peppermint. Now, this is completely different for us teaching and not teaching in person because of everything going on, to give you that extra added experience with the oils. So normally I would go around the room and give you guys 1 drop of peppermint, 1 drop of wild orange even, and you can rub it between your hands and you would take a deep breath. And that's the aromatic experience with the oils. Internally though, you can take 1 drop and put it in your mouth or on the roof of your mouth, and you get that, like that with peppermint, well, we get fresh breath, right? You get the alertness, you get focus. You can make a tea out of it. So you're getting those internal benefits. And where the plant grows from, if you just grew peppermint or lavender in your backyard, the soil where we get these from, all around the world, over 45 countries we source our oils from, the soil's not going to be the same from your backyard to where we get our oils from, because they're growing naturally. We're not planting them, right? So they're going to be 100% natural and safe. There's no side effects. There's no issues when they run into these oils. It's amazing. So what would be the first way to use essential oils? Who can tell me that? You can unmute yourself and tell me.
Aromatically.
Excellent. All right, who just answered that? I didn't see.
Gail.
Gail. Okay. Gail, I'm just going to send you some peppermint, okay? Good job. Let's see. The second cool thing about essential oils, they're more effective than many modern medicine out there, right? Do we have any medical professionals in the room right now? Can't see. I can't even see if you guys are raising your hands. If there are any professionals out there, medical professionals, I'm just gonna, if it's okay with you all, I'm gonna just layman's terms for everyone who are not medical professionals. It's gonna sound a little elementary, so I hope it's okay. I'm going to simplify this. We're gonna go back to biology 101, all right? Let's say this is a cell in your body. We know that cells have oily membranes, and that cell membrane protects the cell. It keeps all the good things in, the bad things out. Well, now two of the things that are harmful to our cells are bacteria and viruses. Think of what's going on in the world now, right? Well, the bacteria usually forms on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside. All you have to remember is bacteria out, viruses in. Let's say you went to the doctor with a bacterial infection. What would he recommend for you? Give you an antibiotic, right? After taking the antibiotic for 7 to 10 days, in most cases, it would probably clear up the infection. But then it comes with all kinds of side effects, or it can damage your stomach, your digestive, you'll have digestive issues, your gut, your hormones, and your whole immune system, right? Well, now if you had a virus, like the cold or the flu, what would he say? Go home, drink lots of hot liquids and rest, right? And lots of water, and let it run its course. Well, the reason why is because most modern recommendations are water-based synthetics and frequently come with side effects and addictions, unfortunately. I know many people that have gone through that, and it's such a shame and it's heart-wrenching to see. Water and oil don't mix. So if the recommendation from your doctor is water-based, it's going to have a really hard time penetrating that cell and stopping that duplication of the virus. So essential oils are different. Oils mix with oils. So they can permeate that cell membrane. They can work on the cellular level with no side effects, no addictions, although some people can say I'm addicted to the essential oils because it's helped me and my family so much, but not the addictions that you guys are aware of. And they can definitely combat the bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of the viruses on the inside. That's the most modern approach, right? So what is the other cool thing about essential oils? Who can tell me that? You can unmute yourself so you can say.
they can go through the cell membrane, so they can actually enter the cells to help cure viruses and other diseases.
Awesome. Who's that?
Jennifer?
Jennifer Cusmano, right?
Yes.
Awesome. You're getting lavender.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I didn't mention this before, peppermint not only is fantastic for respiratory and focus and everything, it really opens you up, but alert, awakeness, right? Lavender, we always think of calming, but there's hundreds of uses to these oils we're not going to get into, but lavender is one of our favorites. It's in my son, the picture on there is our son Dylan. He gets lavender in his diffuser at night all the time. But when he gets a rash, any kind of skin issue, or like today I burned myself, I reached into the stove and the grill on the bottom, I accidentally touched and I got a burn, and I quickly reached for my lavender. It's fantastic for any kind of skin issues. So Jennifer is going to get some lavender. All right. I have to write all this down so I remember to send you guys them. All right. The third really cool thing about oils is that it's cheaper than traditional medical care, right? People think, oh, they're so expensive. But if you think about it, who can tell me what your copay would be if you want to share that? Can you tell me what your copays are? I mean, there's going to be different amounts. Shout it out.
$30.
Okay, 30.
50.
50. Yeah, my pediatrician. It's crazy. So there's different amounts, right? And some people get it for free. I have a plan that I don't have copays, but it doesn't equal out to like what my husband and my son have to pay for. But think about this. If you have a sore throat, you're going to run. Some people, a friend of mine, would run right to the doctor and drop that $50 or that $30 copay. Or you're spending time in gas, or you just took off of work, or your kid comes home, right? And they're losing school, you're losing work. So all that adds up. You can easily just grab one of your oils, like On Guard, and rub it on the base of your neck for a sore throat, or take the throat drops. And it's fantastic. And I didn't have to lose work. My kid's not coming out of school. Well, now he is for the next few months of homeschooling. But we have our medicine cabinet right here, and we don't have to lose that extra time away for what we really, really need to do. If let's say you have an ear infection, one of the coolest things to do is use tea tree oil and lavender or basil and rub it back here. And the next morning it's gone. Like, go put it on at night and the next morning it's gone. It's fantastic. And you just saved yourself a trip to the doctor and the cost of the prescriptions in order to get them, right? So we just saved all that. And then what did I tell you before? Now you have to add extra probiotics to your regimen because now your gut is all messed up from the antibiotics. How many people have experienced that, right? Being on like a 7-day antibiotic and all of a sudden your whole body's messed up. We save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs because of these oils. I don't know if you can, well, I'm not going to really turn around, but I have an arsenal right next to me of all my oils. And this I keep in the kitchen area because of cooking and everyday stuff. And then my son knows what to grab or what he needs, and he just go in and grab it. And they're safe for children. They go for children and babies a day old. They can support pregnant women all the way to the elderly. It's amazing what these little miracles in a bottle can do. You really can't afford not to get these oils for your family and yourself. What is the third cool thing about essential oils? Anybody remember that one I just said?
Inexpensive.
Yeah, there you go. Who's that?
Lori.
Lori. Lori, you are gonna get.
I don't have a camera.
Oh, that's okay. You shouted out for me, so I appreciate that. I'm going to send you some Breathe.
Great,
This
thanks.
little bottle is amazing. My son has asthma. He's always had it. He's been using this for a few years now. He hasn't had, if he had to use his inhaler the first 2 years, it was one time when the change of weather happened, and usually around January, where it was getting bad. And I shared it with his doctor, and he said, no, that's amazing. Just incorporate the inhaler. Well, he only ended up using his inhaler once because every morning he puts this on his chest.
Wow.
And this is a little secret too. If you have someone who snores, yourself or your spouse or your partner, it's great. It's great to keep down snoring because it's opening up your passageways. My husband needed it at the end. He's like, oh, I can't breathe. And I'm like, oh, we're going to have a big snore night. And he's like, give me that stuff. And it cleared him right up. It's fantastic. So if you have any sort of respiratory issues, this is our go-to. It also has a vapor stick, like the old vapor rub we used to use on ourselves and our kids. Well, our son Dylan, he breaks out from that. So when I would use this on him now, it's like there's no side effects, there's no skin reactions. It's fantastic. So you're gonna get Breathe, Lori.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. So, does anybody remember another use for the oils? We had 3 different ways to use them. We already said aromatic.
Internally.
Internally. Who said internally? Is that Lisa? Lisa. Okay. Lisa, internally, you are going to get some fresh lemon oil.
Thank you.
Love, love, love. Every day in my water. I have my water bottle here. And every day, all of us put lemon in our water. It's great for that cleansing, that detoxing, but millions of uses for lemon. But a few things. If you mix, now we just gave away peppermint and lavender, right? You add lemon to that, that's an allergy blend. If you have any kind of seasonal allergies or some kind of allergic reaction or something, put those 3 oils together. My son has allergies. My husband has allergies. I'm lucky enough not to. But we won't take Benadryl because my son and I get reactions from Benadryl. So he rubs this on his chest every day along with the Breathe. His allergies stay away. It comes in a supplement form with the 3 oils called Tri-Ease, and that's what my husband takes. His allergies go way down. So lemon also, it's really good for sticky messes, or you're trying to get sticky stuff off, a sticker or peanut butter stuck in your kid's hair or gum. It's great for taking that out, and stains. So that should always be in someone's arsenal, the lemon. So Lisa, you're gonna get some lemon. Okay. And then, does anybody remember the third thing? The third way we use our oils? Internally, aromatically, and what? Can't hear that one.
Inhalation.
I'm so sorry, it's breaking out.
Topically.
Topically, I heard that. Who's that? Is that Michael?
I was
Terrence?
but I was translating for him.
Is that Terrence?
It is.
Hi, Terrence. Oh,
Hi.
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. I lost
I
my
miss your
hair.
healing.
Right.
Ah, it's good to see you. So yes, topically, these are amazing. I actually will I'll use these all the time topically because I do what's called aroma touch techniques on people. It's a type of massage using the oils. And there's about 8 different oils in the whole session, but there's also a technique called symphony of the cells. And it's how which oils for different ailments, I mean, a plethora of ailments, and which oils to go together with and how to layer them on your body. You can even wear them as a perfume, like passion. Some come as a roller bottle. So passion's really good. Put it on your wrist points. Smells so good. But my favorite is balance. When I have any type of anxious feelings, they actually were really bad when I'll go into that later, what happened to me. But about 20 years ago, it was really, really bad. Something was going on in my life, and I wish I had this back then. Well, I was able to subside everything and do other forms of coping mechanisms so I don't get like really bad anxiety and stuff. I don't have to be compliant in this. We're good. I'll just say the regular words, anxiety. And I'm sure a lot of people now, with everything going on in the world, our anxiety levels have gone through the roof. Am I right? Am I wrong? Everybody, basically. And there's so much more fear and being scared and everything. Every day now, what I do, and just having to go out to the store, my anxiety gets up. So I'll put this even 1 drop on my mask, on the inside of my mask, and it just keeps me calm. But every day I will put this on the bottoms of my feet to help ground me. It's great for meditation. It has a spruce kind of floral smell. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision right now. It's so good to share these with you. But this is really good for calming, and also because it calms our bodies and the nervous system, it actually is really good for relaxing muscles. My back gets really, really stiff in the morning, and this, besides Deep Blue, I'll just put 1 or 2 drops of balance on my lower back, and within minutes, it's completely released, and I can function. So Terrence, I'm going to send you some balance, and that you can apply topically. Some oils are...
Does it grow hair?
No, but peppermint and rosemary.
No.
There's oils for that too. There is an oil for everything. My son tested me one day, and he said, "You don't have an oil for everything." I'm like, "I do. Test me." And he'll just ask me questions, and I'm like, "Yep." And if I don't know the answer, I have 2 really amazing resource books that you guys should really, if you guys want to. It's called Modern Essentials. I think the latest edition is the 11th edition with all the new oils, but every year they come out with a new edition because Doterra comes out with new oils every year. But yeah, I got them. And Advanced Oil Magic is an incredible resource book. They talk, both of them go towards doTERRA oils. They won't say it, but we all know they're doTERRA oils and that they reference. And they not only show you every single oil, their properties on a science level, but also all kinds of what they're good for ailment-wise and how to blend them. And then they also give you recipes. The Modern Essentials you can look through, and you can look up a specific ailment, and they'll tell you what oils are really good. So 2 resources to really have in your arsenal. But Terrence, you're going to get balance. Let me write this down so I don't forget. Love this one. And it smells so nice. Men, you guys can make your own colognes with these oils. I made one for, there's actually the Amavi they came out with last year for Father's Day, but the women love it just as much as the men, so. All right, let's see. And, all right, so we got all the samples coming out. Can anybody tell me, I'll give another one out, if someone can tell me all 3 ways to use essential oils. Gotta list all 3 though. Who hasn't answered yet? Therese? Can you remember the 3 ways
Yes,
you used?
aromatically through your inhaling, topically, and internally.
Excellent. Let me see what I'm going to do for you. How about we'll give you some, how about some marjoram? Marjoram? Yeah, we'll do marjoram. This one's really good. You can take this internally. You know, marjoram is like the sister to oregano. It's like oregano, thyme, and marjoram together. They're the little herb family. You can cook with this. You can take this internally or topically. This is fantastic for any kind of pain support, respiratory support. When you're having like a cough. Marjoram's a little, you don't know the ways marjoram, what it can do for you until you really dive into this little oil. It's really cool. It's very, very, what's the herbsy smelling, you know? Oregano is actually a natural antibiotic. So if one of us is feeling under the weather, we always up our intake of the On Guard, which actually has oregano in it. But I'll start rubbing it on Dylan's feet if he starts to get sick, which he didn't miss 1 day of school last year. Even homeschooling, he didn't miss 1 day of school because he had his oils. That's how healthy he was. Before that, he was always sick. But the oregano will rub on the bottoms of his feet, and my husband always says you smell like a pizza because it's oregano, you know. But marjoram is really, really good for that. And all right, so Therese, you're getting marjoram, and then one more. Can anybody tell me something? I know you guys will get, the one person will get On Guard. Tell me just something really cool about the oils, what it can do for you and your family. Who hasn't answered? Lorene, Lewis, Michael, Elizabeth. Anybody out there want to answer that one? Okay, if not, we can pass on that. It saves you time. It saves you money, right? They're safe. They're effective. There's no addictions. There's no side effects. Really awesome stuff. So I wanted to tell you something with Dylan. He had a really, really bad rash one day. We didn't know what it was, had no clue. And he was with other family members and they went to take him to the doctor. The doctor didn't even know what to do. So he was like, well, I don't know what that is, but I can give him some cortisone and I can give him some Benadryl. Well, if you don't know what something is, what are you doing? So, and why are you going to give him Benadryl when we all know he gets reactions from that? And what's cortisone going to do, right? If you don't know exactly what's causing the rash. So honestly, I didn't know what was causing the rash. But in the meantime, until we figured it out, I made, because it was itching him. It could have been even poison ivy, but it was like a raised rash. It was itchy. And there was something else that he got, some kind of a cut on his leg. So there's Correctex, which is like Doterra's version of, like, say, a healthier version of Neosporin. There's no petroleum in it. So petroleum we don't really want in our bodies. That's the type of fuel, unless you want energy, but you don't really want petroleum in your bodies. So the Correctex, what happens is it's got all these really amazing healing oils in them like tea tree and helichrysum and frankincense and lavender. And it healed that thing up it closed it up so fast. And I made a little spray bottle with the oils and coconut oil, and we'd spray down his skin a couple times a day. And by like the second day, his rash was gone. So saved us from taking him to the doctor, and it's gone now. What was it? We had no idea. A good friend of mine, her son came down he was in a bounce house. And I don't know if you guys ever heard horror stories about certain bounce houses. If you get a cut or you get hurt in there, you get an infection. And this particular infection was extremely excruciating, like MRSA. And what they did was they took rose essential oil and tea tree and didn't use the medications from the doctor because it would have been longer term. It would have had all kinds of side effects for them, and it was on a child. So the parent didn't want to put them through that. So they started doing that, and then it was less than a week. They were very diligent on how to do it. They added frankincense, so diligent with this, and it was gone, completely gone. So she swears by that. But I'm going to tell you something about me and why I'm addicted to these oils. 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I've been in and out of a wheelchair. Terrence, you've seen me at my worst.
Yep.
And between the different, through the years, I was up to about 10 different medications, from pain, inflammation, migraine. It did a number on my kidneys. I always had kidney issues. I've been in several car accidents, never the driver, but always the passenger. And driver once, and somebody rammed right into my back. So I have back issues also. When I found that deep blue, that first day back in October, I was able to eliminate 5 of my pain and inflammation meds. When every month I'm like, you know what, let me try something else. Let me address this and let me address that. Never addressed the MS yet, just the other symptoms I was getting. Everything I tried, everything was starting to dissipate, and I was getting relieved, and I can eliminate one more medication. I started on the supplements they had, which is called the Lifelong Vitality. And I always took a multitude of vitamins every day because of the amount of medicine I was on. I was on daily injections. I was on every 4 weeks an IV in the hospital, and it was breaking down my bones. I was getting weaker. And when I switched to these supplements, my body always rejected the old ones. These, for some reason, how they're formulated, my body started absorbing them. I started seeing major changes. I was getting stronger. I had less brain fog. I had more energy because I was like a walking zombie half the time. I was so tired. And I started to wean off of 2 more of the medications for nerve pain and migraines. The migraine one did me in. It got me so sick, weight-wise. And I was always overweight as growing up. And that got me down to a size 4. I'm like, hallelujah. But it was also damaging my insides too at the same time. And I was looking very, very sickly. Bones were sticking out. I didn't tell my doctor I was weaning off these 2 meds until November. I started in January. By November, I had maybe like 1 more pill of each to get off of. And he was so impressed of how much I've changed, because I went into his office 20 years ago paralyzed. And now he sees such a change in me that he said, okay, well, stop this medication on the 30th, and then next month stop this one on the 31st, and you're done. And all you've got are your injections and your IVs. I said, okay, well, how do I get off those? Because last time I got off of everything on my own, I ended up in wheelchairs. So he changed me. He was able to change my medication to twice a year IV. And I stopped everything. I stopped my injections 4 weeks. I'm on my 6th treatment in the past 3 years. And he said, after this one, we can start weaning off now. So eventually, within the next year or so, I'm going to be completely med-free. So, and I've got my oils to back me up. So I can just grab this. I haven't seen my primary in, I think, since 2011, which I don't know if that's good or not for wellness checks, but I haven't needed it. So it's been pretty amazing. So I wanted to share with you guys. Actually, I wanted to get your feedback. I'm hoping everyone received their samples in the mail from me.
Yep.
I know somebody had On Guard, someone got Ylang Ylang, some people got Deep Blue. Does anybody want to share your experiences? Any kind of positive feedback you can share? And let me know your experience. Let everyone know your experience. And if you can keep it down to 60 seconds, so everyone has a chance, I'll hand out more stuff. Who wants to be first to share? I'm gonna call on somebody. How about?
Okay, I got the Deep Blue. It's Elizabeth. And
Hi, Elizabeth.
I didn't have any need to use it until today. And I have to say that it worked better than anything that I've ever used before.
Wow, fantastic. What happened to you today, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, you're not gonna believe this. I got a new bed and the bed was too high and I stepped out of the bed and I hit my hip against the side of the dresser. And I could not get rid of the pain all day today after numerous pain pills. And then I finally remembered that this said for inflammation, and it's been wonderful ever since.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I'm going to give you some On Guard. Now, On Guard is great. This is our protective blend, our immunity booster. When you start to feel under the weather, or you know you're going out somewhere, like social event, or it's like protecting yourself. I tease my kid and we're like, On Guard, you know, when he's got to remember to put it along his spine every day. And this is great taken internally. You can also make treats with this because it's like cinnamon and clove. So I can add it to my smoothies. I can make muffins or like a cinnamon bread with it. It also has wild orange in it. It's so, so good. It has eucalyptus, clove, wild orange, cinnamon, and rosemary. So, so good. And it smells like fall in a bottle. It's just really good. If you have a sore throat, you can dilute, because it's considered a hot oil because there's cinnamon in there. So to alleviate any of that, like a skin irritation, certain oils, and it doesn't really matter what oil it is, it's always good to dilute your oils with a carrier oil, because these essential oils, they don't have that protein enzyme that causes allergic reactions. Like some people can't take grapefruit or drink grapefruit with certain medications, if you ever heard of that one before. Well, our grapefruit, because of the purity of it, and there's none of that those protein enzymes that causes those reactions, it's safe to have with those medications. My mom uses it. Now, she can't have anything citrus because with an ulcer or any kind of stomach issues, she could never take anything citrusy. She's able to take every single oil that's here without any reaction. But what diluting is, a carrier oil is anything with those fatty lipids in it, like olive oil, canola oil, almond oil, jojoba, grapeseed, any of that stuff. And you can do equal parts or 1-to-3 ratio, and put a little bit of the carrier oil and drop an oil on. And not only are you rubbing it on a larger area that you need, but it also takes longer to absorb into your body. Because when you apply an oil topically to your skin or any other parts of your body, it'll take 20 seconds to penetrate, and within 20 and to get into the bloodstream. And then within 20 minutes, it reaches the rest of your body. It just knows that the way your system is, your nervous system, how the nerve cells travel and the messages. That's why applying oils to your spine is very effective, because your spine is the gateway to the brain. You can take internally, and it's getting into those blood vessels and through the membranes. So it's going straight in, right? So, but the carrier oil, it's not going to change the efficacy of these oils. It's going to just make them last longer and spread over a wider area. And it's really good for layering techniques too. So you can take your deep blue and you can add, for extra inflammation that you have or extra pain support, take your deep blue and then add another oil like marjoram, or what's copaiba. That's amazing for so many different things, and especially pain. Any really kind of pain and inflammation oils like Aroma Touch. So you can layer them, and then if you put frankincense on top, frankincense is like the king of the oils, and it also acts as a booster to the other oils it blends with. It's pretty amazing. I'll take that internally every single day. That and copaiba. I make myself, I don't have a sample with me, but it's a little veggie cap. It's clear. You know, when you get your supplements and you can fill, sometimes you can pop them open. The veggie cap is completely empty. You open it up and you can drop the oils, and you can make your own little potion, a little concoction, and or your own little medicine in a cap, and take it internally that way too. So you don't have to take it straight, especially if you don't like the taste of an oil, or if it's going to cause any like uncomfortable heat in your mouth. You can also put it in like a glass of water or any kind of drink. I make some really awesome drinks on the weekends when we go down to our beach using our oils. Lime is really good for that too. So let me see. I wanted to show you guys something. Does anybody, right now, before I continue, does anybody have, wait, who? Elizabeth, you share that. Does anybody else want to share their experience or have any questions?
I put a question in the chat that I wanted to ask. I know that there's some brands of essential oils that tell you not to take them internally. So I was wondering if doTERRA did something different. Are they extracting it differently, or are they, like, what makes them safe for internal use?
That's a really good question. Who am I speaking with?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, okay. I'm not seeing you on the screen anymore. What doTERRA does is it's the testing. Oh, there you are. Hi. They're testing. They get about 13 third-party testings on their oils from the time where they're sourced from. And they do what's called CoImpact Sourcing. So they go out to these countries and find the best herbs that grow naturally in their environment, right? So what they're doing is, not only are they pairing with these farmers from these other countries, there's no middleman anymore. That's number one. There's no middleman, no broker or anything. They're going straight to the farmer. And what they're doing is they're gathering how they do it. However, they're getting their oils. Now they're picking the time they're picking it from, whatever the case may be, and they have their distillery there. So they get tested right at the spot first thing. If there's any type of contaminants or Some oils out there will add extra water. They don't have the thorough testing. So if it doesn't pass the first test, it's not going to keep going. The whole batch will get thrown out. There's more testing after that before it even comes over to us. Several testings get done on the efficacy, the potency, the purity. Number one, there cannot be one iota trace of a contaminant, or else it won't come to us. And then Doterra has their testing, and then more third-party testers out there. So the cool thing about these bottles that make Doterra stand out, I don't know if you guys can see this, I'm pointing to. See that little barcode? You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, oh there, okay. There's a little barcode here. There's also, where is it? That one's just, I've had that bottle for a while. It rubbed off. On the bottom, there's also a batch code. You can't really see it, but there's a batch code on that too. So you can take any oil out there, okay? You definitely don't want to get oils taken from Walmart or CVS or Amazon. That is a big thing. People think they're buying Doterra oils off of Amazon, and they're not they're not the true form of Doterra. They can be the same bottle, but anybody can take this bottle, break the seal, fill it up, and buy these caps that have the seal on them, and just brand new. But they can fill it. They can take out and they can put in just a little bit of that oil in there and then fill the rest up with a carrier or water or whatever. And it's definitely not safe because you didn't get it straight from Doterra. So you can't trust it, even though you just got a completely sealed bottle and it says Doterra on it. It's not it. A lot of people have gotten in trouble for that, from different sites, for trying to imitate or be fraudulent about these bottles. So, but you can go to what's called source2u.com and punch in that batch number, and you will see all the testing that was done, because Doterra is very, what's the word? They disclose everything. There's no secrets. You can even find their financials. So where if you go to other companies and how they source their oil, if they say they're CPGG, it's not true, because that testing code is Doterra patented. So people have been able to try to imitate them and say the same thing, oh, we're the same as them. They're not, because it's the testing that gets that's outstanding, really. And they show everything. And I think that's another reason why a lot of the companies are trying to compare themselves, because they hide a lot of stuff. And they got really mad that Doterra is out there like, no, people should know what's in their bottles. They should know what they're buying. So we're letting it out for them. Here, see what it is. There's also what's APRC, Aromatic Plant Research Company. They're really big on testing oils, really super big on it. So you can look them up too, and you'll be able to see the different companies and where they all stand. So right now, Doterra is leader in the essential oil market because of their honesty, their integrity. That's really makes them stand out in their testing. And also, when they're working with the CoImpact Sourcing and their farmers, they're not just teaching them how to better farm the plant itself, but teaching them how to distill properly, how to test properly. So they're training them at the same time, and they're also giving back to the community. Like Haiti, they source vetiver root. Where is it? I don't know where it is over here, but it smells divine. It's actually really good as a cologne. It's very earthy. But what they did was they didn't have running water. So Doterra gave back through the Healing Hands Corporation, and they helped them build a pipeline, a water pipeline. So now they have running water to the villages. They've been able to build more communities. They've been able to provide more jobs. So their community is sustainable. They've been able to give back by building schools for these third world countries that they're getting their plants from. They're building schools, they're having orphanages, they're building medical clinics. So for me, that's a big part of a company. What are you doing for the people that are providing all these oils for us? So that's another reason why they stand out to me too. It's what they stand for, and that they're a debt-free company. I don't know any other company out there that is somewhat debt-free, is completely debt-free. And because of how much they give back, not just to the people with these plants, but to us at the same time. So it's pretty amazing. Does anybody else have any questions? That was a good one. Or an experience that you would like to share?
Hi, Danny, it's Norma.
Guys,
Someone else had an experience? We'll let them go first. Okay,
There
Sorry to
he
hear
is.
crickets.
can you all hear me? Can
Yep,
everybody
I can hear you.
remember to unmute? Yes. I just, the reason I know Danny is because one day she was at the Institute with her little display, just waiting for people to come by and ask something. And I said to her, you got anything that'll work for trigeminal neuralgia? Now, trigeminal neuralgia is an inflammation of the trigeminal nerve, which the lovely thing that it is, comes out of the back of your head, goes over the top, goes into your forehead, has another branch that comes down into your cheek, and then another one that goes along the top of your teeth. You know, if you've ever gotten numbed by the dentist, well, what he's hitting is your trigeminal nerve, so it numbs your bottom jaw, as well as giving you, he'll stick it right in the gums to get your top teeth. But I had a pain that would come, a neuralgia. My mother had it too. And so I said, you got anything? And I had to rush out. And so I left her to this. I gave her like a whole $10 for a bottle. And then I picked it up. She sent it to me through someone else. And I started to use it. And basically what would happen to me was I would just get these sudden pains. Like if I was washing my face, it would be like somebody took their hand and just hit me in the face as hard as they possibly could, causing me to scream. And I'm going over 60 seconds, but I was in excruciating pain that was hitting me several times a day. It would make all my teeth hurt, all my cheekbones hurt. Sometimes it would be in my forehead and my eye. And so I started using the oil. And I would just put it all around my eyes and on my cheeks and all over where my teeth were and on my jaw. I would just spread it all over my face.
You overdosed.
Well, maybe, but that is the only thing I could think of when I was in pain. I would put this stuff on, and I was using it several times a day. And the pain, it took a little bit. I don't know how long, maybe a week. And then suddenly I wasn't getting, the pain wasn't hitting me like it was all went dead. And so I went through quite a bit of oil, but we totally eliminated the pain and we kept it at bay for about a month. And then actually I found a doctor who said, oh, I can see what your problem is and I can take care of it through this gamma surgery. So I had that done. So I don't need the oils anymore because that worked perfectly for me. And, but I will say that it eliminated, you just can't imagine the kind of pain you get. It'd be sort of like getting a toothache if you've ever had a real bad one, or a migraine, except it's just going to be in one spot on your forehead and it's going to hit you like you just got hit by something sharp in that area, extremely painful. And, you know, I would always end up giving out a loud shriek whenever it would happen, but scaring my husband, like, what happened? What happened? But we got rid of that. And fortunately, you know, I ran into a doctor who could do something for me, and we took care of it on a permanent.
Which oil did you use?
She made me a concoction.
I made her a roller bottle blend. It had, from what I can remember, because yours was special, it had frankincense, helichrysum, copaiba. I think it had marjoram in it.
You had lavender, because my husband could always smell the lavender.
Yeah, I think there was lavender in it too.
Yes.
There was like, I think there was like 8 different oils in that roller blend. But yeah, I mean, I can find it out for you, Terrence, and I can send you the info. My friend, actually, I just gave her, she experienced a neuropathy. She's the 5th person that I know that came to me for help with neuropathy. And she's on the beach and she's like, Dan, I haven't felt anything in my feet in so long that it's to the point where it's annoying. And she can step on something super sharp and not even know something got stuck in her foot. That's how like dead feeling she has. So I said, you know what, let me make you a roller bottle that actually, I have that recipe right here. It has Aroma Touch, wild orange, helichrysum, frankincense, copaiba, and lemongrass. Lemongrass is seriously awesome for any kind of nerve pain. That's how one of the reasons why I was able to get off the nerve pain medication was using lemongrass. So I made this roller bottle for her, gave it to her at night. She put it on at night. She put it on in the morning. I saw her at the beach that night, the second night, and she's like, I have to tell you, whatever was in that bottle, I can finally feel sensation in my feet. Just with that 1-2 application, night and morning. So it was so amazing to hear that. Some work immediately. Some have immediate results. Others take their sweet time and going through your body and you feeling the effects of them, especially if it's on an emotional level. Anybody going through depression, fear, there's oils for that, because these oils also, they don't just work on a cellular level to help us on a physical and mental state, but they work on an emotional level too. And there's let me get this book. There's also, it's really cool. Excuse me 1 second while I go through it. You can see this, emotions and essential oils. So same thing with the Modern Essentials book, but they're telling you for ailments, these, you can open up any page and you see the title of the oil. So this is rose, here's rosemary. Some take up 2 pages, but they'll tell you about the emotional side of the oil. So like, I'm just going to give you a quick example. Rosemary. For knowledge and transition, rosemary assists in the development of true knowledge and true intellect. It teaches that one can be instructed from a far greater place of understanding than the human mind. It challenges individuals to look deeper than they normally would and ask more soul-searching questions so that they may receive more inspired answers. And then it goes on, and it shows you the negative emotions, the negative emotions and the positive properties of these oils. And if they have a companion oil, and what the suggested uses for the emotional side. So a lot of times people will just sit there like, if you're really stressed, like say adaptive, and my son uses it when he gets really like beyond frustrated with his schoolwork or something else, and he just can't calm himself down. He takes his adaptive and he rubs it in his hands and he just sits there and just breathes it in. And I tell him, take a couple of deep breaths, and within minutes, he's back down. He's just calm again. And I'm like, oh, is Dylan back? Glad to have you back with us. But yeah, so it really, really helps so on so many levels. It's incredible. If you are interested, they do have really, really cool kits for enrollment where if you want to get involved, right now we're on our fifth day of our BOGOs that come out about 3 times a year. Tonight's BOGO and it all ends at midnight, each deal. So tonight you would do deep blue oil. You would get this one. You guys got the deep blue rub. I gave you guys the lotion form, but the oil form, and then they would give you past tense for free. This little guy is really good for tension. I'm not crazy about the scent. Some people are very sensitive to smells, right? So that could be another question somebody may have. Well, if I'm sensitive to smells, how are they going to work for me? You can still apply them topically. You'll apply them to the bottoms of your feet, put your socks on, and it doesn't matter. You're not going to smell them. Plus, because they're a volatile aromatic compound, they evaporate real quick. So my husband in the beginning was like, oh, I'm not putting that stuff on my skin. It'll be oily. I'm like, no, the oily part is the carrier oils. These literally, I can rub it on and you can see it, the shine, but within minutes, it's going to dissipate. So, and you won't feel anything. That's why when you rub the oils together in your hands, there's nothing left. There's no oily residue. There's nothing. It's awesome. I particularly just not a fan of the scent of that, but it works fantastically on any kind of tension. They call it the anger management blend. So my friends do, they moved from Long Island or Staten Island, one of the islands, to New Hampshire into the country. And they go back to visit their family and they said, there is so much road rage here. It's incredible. This whole area needs to be doused with past tense. That's how they describe that oil. But anyway, so you could get, if you guys are interested in purchasing this, okay? I'm gonna have you guys, where is it? Send me a text, okay? Because we're not gonna, this class, you know, I don't want you guys to run overtime or anything. So you can text me and I'll put my phone number up. Wait, let me show you this real cool picture. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try. I can screen share, right? Oh, you are screen sharing. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that screen? More powerful than I imagined?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. When you go to reduce your toxic load, if you're looking to reduce your toxic load intake, look at the ingredients of your products, from your cleaning products to your bath products. Basically, that used to be my medicine cabinet on the left. Now, it's the one on the right. My bathroom, I wake up in the morning, do the balance. I do copaiba under my tongue. I wash my face with their skincare line. And I make my own products too. So there's so much do-it-yourself products out there that you can take Deep Blue and add it to an unscented lotion that you have. Pure, like no of those chemicals in it. Like you want to stay away from propylene glycols, sodium lauryl sulfates, parabens, fragrances, because a lot of that is very toxic to our bodies. And they can lead to more illnesses and ailments down the road. Like propylene glycol is really major for contributing to cancer. Aspartame in diet sodas and sugar substitutes, really, really detrimental to people with, for neurological disorders, Alzheimer's. So you really want, if you're looking to really get completely healthy, reduce that toxic load. Switch to the cleaning products, switch to, you know, the bath products. Toothpaste, the On Guard toothpaste and mouthwash, for every single year, every single 6 months I went to the dentist, I was prone to 3 cavities every single time. You would think I'd have a mouthful of metal, but I don't. And I started on the On Guard toothpaste 3 years ago. And 4 months of using it, I went to the dentist for a cleaning and I was like, all right, hit me up. What did I get this time? And they said, no, you're good. I said, what do you mean I'm good? No, you're good. You can go. What about the cavities? You don't have any. What'd you do differently this time? And I told her, I said, I switched to this toothpaste and it's been incredible. My teeth are whiter and it's been 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years since doing it. And I just went to the dentist again last week and no cavities. So it's pretty amazing what these products and these oils do for our bodies. And healing them, helping to heal naturally. But if you're looking to support your body and make a major change, then yeah, this is definitely the company to do it with. People are just, I mean, if I could, honestly, if I can beat MS 20 years down the road, starting like 4 years ago. So I think a lot of people can beat their stuff. So there are different kits. So let me show you what you guys can text me and you'll see my phone number. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So my phone number is 862-266-5690. If you guys really are interested in learning more, want to buy something, or want to get enrolled in Doterra, then text me your name and the number. So number 1, you know exactly what you want. I'll show you the kits so you can see, but you know exactly what you want. Hit me up with number 2 if you want something but you need help figuring it out, what really it is, and we can customize something for you. Hit me up with number 3 if you don't think this is the best fit for me right now, and that's okay. At least you learned stuff tonight, and that's all that I ask. Hit me up with number 4 if you want to host something like this. If you know, wow, my mom, my friends, my brother, my sister, whoever, this would really benefit them to hear this information, and you want to do a Zoom class like this, because unfortunately right now we can't really meet in person, or we can do an outdoor one. We can do a social distancing outdoor one, and you can still get the benefits also. If you do that, then you guys are going to get this cool keychain. I'm going to see what's cool about it. See these little bottles? This is what I've been sending out, besides the deep blue rub in a packet. These little vial samples, and I'm changing the packaging too for some of them. But you're going to get this keychain, and it holds about 8 of these little vials. This is my little travel go-to. Not only if I run into somebody who needs something and I have something that would help, I just pull it out. Here you go, try that. Or when I'm traveling and I need something, or we get car sick or whatever. I know there was one, Norma, I'm going to send you, I got to write that down. I'm going to send you, for sharing your story and your experience, I'm sending you some Digestion. That's our digestive support oil. And for nausea, for any kind of stomach ailment, it's fancy, bloating, gas, it's fantastic. Dylan, we all like to put like 1 or 2 drops under our tongue, and within minutes, or we can rub it topically over our abdomen, or inhale it when you get really nauseous. It's good for, like with ginger, anything with, if you're getting any kind of treatments that, or you're getting anything, even your medicine, it causes a lot of nausea for you, these oils are really good. So if you want to do a class, I'll send you this keychain. It's going to be empty. But for every person that you invite and that attends that class, you're going to get an oil to fill up your keychain. So if you get 8 people to join the class, not join the club, but join the class, you'll have this whole thing filled up. So that would be my gift to you. So you can send me that. And then we can, if I do get these text messages from you all tonight, then we can deal with it tonight after the class. I can give you guys a call, or make a time like maybe tomorrow. We can follow up if it's getting too late for you. So, but does anybody else, like, do you have any other questions? Any kind of experiences? Any comments? Preferably
had-
positive?
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
this is Dawn. My dad has been
Hey.
battling shingles for over 2 years. So, but I saw on the line when you mentioned the lemongrass,
Mhm.
since he has COPD, that it does affect people with lung issues. So is there anything else?
Wow. Okay, well, my mom gets shingles. She just actually broke out last week with them. I made her a roller bottle for shingles. I would have to look that blend up for you. But
Okay.
what she likes to do, because she'll be 74 in a couple of months.
I think
So,
they're the same age.
oh, good. So sometimes she forgets that I made that roller bottle for her. But so what she automatically grabs is her On Guard. Her On Guard and her lavender, because the On Guard is really good for any kind of the rash that forms.
Okay.
But it's also, what is shingles? It's a type of virus, right?
Yeah.
So she applies that topically to wherever she just got broken out in.
Mhm.
And she adds the lavender, because lavender is really good for any type of skin issues. I wish I had these. They're pretty graphic, but these pictures that were shared to us by one of the classes I attended in New York City with Doterra, and these 3 pictures, oh my God, they were incredible. One woman had severe 4th degree burns. Like, there was no top skin anymore. You saw the flesh. And people are like, well, how is it safe to apply these oils straight to, like, open areas on your skin? You're never going to want to put it inside your ear, inside any, like, crevice of your body. But if it's open, like an open wound, it's actually really effective. They started applying frankincense, melaleuca, and which is tea tree oil, and lavender. And they showed you the stages, the 3rd day, the 5th day, the 10th day. By that 10th day, it was the incredible change. Like, you had her skin back. She was healing. It was crazy to look at this thing. Some lady spilled a whole pot of boiling water on her leg, just by accident, just spilled, and completely destroyed her skin. And she did the lavender and the tea tree and the frank. That's like our little boo-boo spray, and healed up really fast. Crazy to think of stuff like this. But with the shingles, my mom does the On Guard and the lavender. I'll have to look that roller bottle up for you. Let me write this down. Dawn shingles, right?
Do you have anything for scoliosis, low back pain, for
Yes.
lumbar?
Yeah,
I was
actually,
using myrrh. That was working. And then I was taking boswellia, amla, and cat's claw, and a couple other stuff.
Oh, cat's
Filled
claw.
my mouth.
Oh, wait, who? Is that Marla?
No, this is Dawn again.
Oh, Dawn, okay. Because I know I sent Marla some myrrh, I think.
Oh.
But yeah, myrrh's really good for that. Myrrh's really good for any kind of oral stuff too going on. But the deep blue, the marjoram, lemongrass, stuff like that for any kind of that lower back pain, sciatica, helichrysum is really good for that. Any of that inflammation. Cypress is a natural anti-inflammatory. I have like so many to go. It's like incredible. So I may have a lot of oils. I may know certain things. What I don't know, I find out. But I've built this arsenal in 4 years. So I started small here and there, but when I tried new oils, I'm like, oh, what's this do? And what's that do? Now it's like for everything from bug repellent to I made my own sunblock with the bug repellent in it. And Dylan loves that better than the spray. You can, I don't know if you can tell how tan I am, but it's from that sunblock. But yeah, so there's different things, but the COPD, he could really benefit from Breathe. Really, really good for that.
What's it called again?
Breathe.
Breathe?
Yes, can you see it?
What ingredients is in there?
That's the one I was saying before for respiratory and any kind of asthma. It has lemon, cardamom, ravensara, which they actually had that oil straight as a promo a couple of months ago. Melaleuca, peppermint, eucalyptus, and laurel leaf.
I know my mom used to take a Chinese herb. It started with a C when she first started with the COPD, and she gave it to my dad, and he said it worked.
Oh, awesome.
Now he stopped smoking, but she hasn't.
That's tough because then he's also getting secondhand smoke too, right?
No, they're divorced.
Oh, there was secondhand there, right?
I'm trying to think what it's called. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
Cat's claws come into mind because you just said that. So
yeah, that's not it though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not familiar so much with the Chinese herbs, but this is really good. Like when Dylan had different cough issues, or any of us, depending on the type of cough, like you can have a dry cough, a wet cough, a hollow cough, a never-ending cough. There's different oils that we had to find what worked for him. So I would look it up and I'd get people's advice. And when I added Melaleuca, spikenard, and lime, or arborvitae and lime, it really did the trick of clearing everything up. And we always added the Breathe because that just opens up everything, especially to help him sleep at night when it was that bad. Now I don't even remember the last time he had a cough. But at night, to help us if we're having a hard time sleeping, I always had insomnia. That was a big side effect of MS. And when I started on Serenity, because that's a blend also, that's lavender, but it's got more oils in it for calming purposes, like cedarwood. Cedarwood's really good for a cough too. But so there's all different types. It's just learning as you go. So we can, if you're looking to support a certain ailment or pain or respiratory, digestive, lymphatic, you name the system, we can customize it for you. Or like I started to say before, I'll show you.
Annie?
Yeah.
It was El Campaign. But my mother was thinking that was the name of it. Yeah.
El Campaign. I've never heard of that before. And that helped a lot?
Oh yeah, she was breathing better and everything else.
And your father didn't want to try that?
No, he did. He took the tablets, but then after a while he doesn't.
Oh, you went mute on me.
Sorry. Yeah, after a while he stopped taking the pills. He stopped taking all his pills. I was giving him B complex and stuff and tea tree oil for his because he was getting on top of his head. And then he just stopped and said, oh, nothing's working. But I said, it feeds off of sugar, the virus, you have to stop. The doctor said no sugar.
Yeah.
But he has his chocolates and he has his ice cream every night. So I just said, well, if you don't want to help yourself, then.
Yeah, you can only lead a horse to water, right?
Yeah.
You can give him the tools, but it's got to be on him. Although when they get their age, we become the parent. My mom keeps telling me, yes, Mom. When I'm trying to get her to try something new. And then if she's stubborn about it, I'm like, you trust me, right? I'm trying to help you. So just experiment, please me or humor me. That's what I say. Can you just humor me? can you just try it for a couple of days? And if it doesn't work, I'm never going to push it on you again. But if it does, you have to promise me to continue for your own health. So, and she does. She does it. And she's actually telling everybody about this because she's had several surgeries on her back and her neck. She had digestive issues. She's with GERD, acid reflux. I mean, you name it. She's got it, fibromyalgia. And she swears by these oils now. She doesn't take any, she takes her supplements, and she doesn't need her heart medication anymore. She, when they found she had certain areas, like certain percentage of it clogged, one of the arteries, we got her on the supplements, and the next time she went back, it was reduced. So it was really good. And now she has hypothyroidism. So I make her roll a bottle she puts on her neck every day, and her levels have come down. So it's, if I can get her not to take 50 million medications at her age, like my grandparents did, it would be so much better. So she doesn't, if she has to take a medication, it's like the low dose for her thyroid and her cholesterol, but that's even gone down. So it's pretty amazing. They're life-changing. So even if you start off small and address like the one issue that you have, like a small little issue that you have, you'll start to say, ooh, then maybe I'll try this one for that. And, you know, so that's pretty amazing though, that change in your mom too. I've never done Chinese medicine before. I've been asked to do it through the years, but with me in the past, with my medication I was on, I was so afraid of taking something else or something new. And because I got to the point with certain meds I was on, they're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, but then I was like, I'm so tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I needed more natural ways. And I just happened to, I think honestly, the day I found Doterra was divine intervention, because I was at the church and I couldn't even stand up, but I refused to leave until I saw all the goodies that I was surrounded with all day. And I never looked back. So it's pretty amazing. Awesome. So yeah, if you guys are interested, now Dawn, you shared something. So I'm going to send you, let's see, I gave out that stuff already. What would you like? You want turmeric? I can give you some turmeric oil. That's good.
I have that.
Do you have Doterra's turmeric?
No, I have turmeric at home. I have turmeric, myrrh, frankincense, lavender. I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, but they're not Doterra oils? Or are they a different brand?
Different brand.
Okay.
The Indian store carries a lot now.
Yeah.
In Persephone. Yeah,
awesome.
Sorry. But whatever, I'll try whatever. Yeah.
Certain ones, when you start to see the difference, you'll see the difference by using Doterra oils versus others, but I don't know the other oils. I would never put down other oils. I just know Doterra. Right, okay. And their testing and everything. So I know what's in these bottles. I can't tell you what's in the other bottles. So I can't tell you, oh, they're safe to ingest. You know, these are safe to ingest. But what I didn't show you earlier is that some oils will say right on the bottle now I don't know why this one, we asked them why this one, because we take this internally all the time. This is tea tree. This is great for internal benefits. But some bottles will say for aromatic or topical use only. Others, if you see, where is it? Like the lemon. If you see a bottle that says supplemental facts, that's safe to ingest. Except tea tree. It doesn't have the supplemental facts, but that's safe. Yeah, so you have to do your research. That's the biggest thing with essential oils. If you just see it, Like, you can take my word for it, or like I did, you can go right to their website, or you can just Google it and find out the different effects, all about the company, all about their oils and what makes them stand out, and make your own decision. You know, I'm all for that too, because
Danny,
we're trying to
we have one
empower
more
you.
minute to go.
Well, I'm sorry?
We have one more minute to go. It's almost
Okay.
9.
So
And
we're trying
Norma,
to.
we have to announce the final class before we shut down.
Oh, okay. So you want to do that? And you guys have my phone number. So text me, call me, and I can show you more stuff. Okay?
Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure learning from you guys as well. It's really cool, and I'm glad I can see some faces. Put the names with the faces. So over to you, Bob, Norma. Thank you so much, though, for allowing me to teach you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks
Yes,
very much.
thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much for coming and teaching and giving us our lecture for tonight. I'm sure everyone found it
You're welcome.
interesting and helpful.
Thanks.
And I'm texting you to tell me I want to buy a bottle of the stuff for the neuropathy. I want to give it to a friend who's having a problem with her feet. So,
Okay. You got it.
I'll text you that. And so thank you again.
Thank you.
And Terrence, what is it you wanted to say about our last class, or do you?
Well, we've got one more class to go. That's the closing class, but this one, everybody has to be live. It's the spirit canoe and drumming and whatnot. So what we're going to do is wait until the fall. Meanwhile, everybody will get certified, because I know you're going to think, oh my God, I've got to wait, another 5 months. Not really. You can heal, meaning Sundays and Wednesdays. I assume we'll send out cards and so forth. And John Drinkard is the shaman for the church. He's going to do the drumming and the spirit canoe, which is very rousing and very focused. And somebody or a couple of people will actually get healed during that. But we'll make an announcement when the time comes. Don't look for it in August, because it's not going to be until the weather starts to cool off. The main reason we're postponing it is because we want to be able to have this ceremony without the air conditioner being on, because air conditioner, as you may have heard the rumor, can spread the virus depending on how susceptible you may be. So that's the whole story for tonight, everybody. And I will, or Norma and I will get cards together and we'll get them out to you. And by all means, start practicing, meaning I think probably what we're going to do, since the COVID has scared a lot of people off from Wednesday night healing circles in person, we may shift the whole thing back to Zoom shortly. The next healing circle is going to be on Zoom. That's in August. The first Wednesday of August.
We have tomorrow.
Well, yes, but tomorrow's the leg. Tomorrow is for sure a live one, but the following one will be Zoom. It will be online, and after that, since there's a big number difference, we're helping out 8 people in person. We're helping out like 29 people on Zoom. We may have to move it back. Then we'll see. So that's the story. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We'll be in touch.
Okay, Terrence, can you text me your info, your address, so I can send you
Yes.
your oil? Okay.
Yep, I've got your phone number.
Okay.
I will do that.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
All right.
And Danny, since you were the host, you're the one who will officially end the meeting by hitting the end the meeting button. So
don't touch the red button. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.